I know if this post has found you, that it's meant for you, because I absolutely believe that spirit will cross the paths of those it's meant to. Now, I'm out at the moors, and this is where I like to spend a lot of my time. And I've just been given a massive metaphor for a channeled message that spirit want you to receive. There was 2 paths in front of me to reach the water where I wanted to stand and meditate for 5 minutes. One of the paths I couldn't clearly see down, and the other path was full of lots of boggy water, was full of lots of mud. But it was a clear path, a path that I could see. And I chose that path, the path of obstacles, because it looked as if it was a clearer path. It looked as if it was the path I should take. Now, when I got to the body of water and I turned around, I had to laugh to myself. Because the path that I didn't take, and I looked up, was the most concealed path. But it was the path with the less water, the path with the less mud, the path with less obstacles that I had to overcome. And it was like a channeled message had been given to me in that moment. As humans, complicate our life for comfortability. We feel that we have to see things so clearly to know that it's the right path to take. And as a spiritual teacher, I take many paths unknown. But I've come here for some inspiration as to what messages am I meant to bring you. And I thought this is the most glaringly obvious message. For those of you that have crossed this post, you're taking the path of least resistance, in the sense of, yes, it has obstacles, but it has the same obstacles you're used to. You are choosing paths of comfortability, paths that you're used to taking, paths that seem so open and with clarity that you're going to get through it, even though you know it's hard, because it's the hard that you're used to. Because you're scared of change. You're scared of taking other paths that require you to make some changes, require you to actually have faith. Because the key to that is, if I took that path, I could have had faith that I was led to go up that path, and I initially was led to go up it, I just didn't take it. But I didn't allow faith to lead me in that moment, because my human brain wanted me to take the path that it was used to. No matter how many obstacles was there, I'm used to those obstacles. We overcomplicate life because we're so used to the complications. We're so used to our brain creating problems. We're so used to having to fight problems that we wouldn't even know what our life would feel like if we didn't have to fight problems, if our brain didn't create problems to fight. And I think this is why we quite often choose paths with problems, because they're problems we're used to and it's comfortable. And I feel that you are being called to take a different path in your life. I feel that you're being called to recognise that you are taking the path that is comfortable. And then you'll say, no, it's not comfortable. It's full of shit. It's full of crap, but it's the shit and crap you're used to. And I've always known as a spiritual teacher that doing something that you're not used to doing may be painful initially, but at least you know it's going to bring you something different. But if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, hoping for something different, that's a form of insanity. Because you will never get different. You'll never get something different from doing the same things. You'll only ever get something different from doing something different. And each path is going to create pain, but the pain of doing the same thing over and over again is going to be forever pain, because how is that ever going to be changing? But the pain of doing something different initially will be painful. But then when it brings the lesson or the blessing, it will be less painful, because you would have learnt resilience to stress, resilience to change. You would have learnt something about yourself. You would have grown in some way while going through all of that. Stop trying to take the paths in your life that you're used to because you're scared of change. Start having faith that if you are being called to think about something different or do something different, then you are being called to explore that. 2025 is going to see great shifts in the feminine energy for everyone. And this feminine energy is the one of being, of really being in life, doing something different, absorbing life. And this year you are going to be called, I believe, to do things differently. And I feel that you've already started this shift. And the reason why you've come across this post is because there is something on the horizon for you that is a mere seed in your brain of what you need to do differently. And this post is that reaffirmation. It's that planting of the other seeds, of the fact that now is the time for you to step out of your comfort zone, for you to stop taking the path that you are used to and to take a path that you are not.